Hey guys, so quite an eventful week, or the end of the week at least. So, yesterday, just one thing after another, good things and bad things. I wake up and Link and Misa are gone. I got home last night and Misa was here, but no Link. So, all the other kittens are here and the adults were here, but no Link. Now, people think I should be concerned, and obviously I am, but I named him Link for a reason. So I think Link is doing exactly what I thought he would do when he got older, and he's roaming around exploring. Um, and lucky for me, I have three other cats, adult cats, who tend to frequent most likely wherever he is. So he knows them, especially Mama. And the minute any of them go within the vicinity of him, he catches their scent, and he can easily follow them back if he wants. He can also follow his own scent back. And it's funny because it's like in Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. When you go on the map, you can see all the places you've gone to, and it's like this little, tracker type thing. And it's kind of like that. He can kind of go to where every place he's been to, everywhere, eventually leading back to here, because this was the starting point. Um, so it's crazy what cats can do, even ones as young as them, 3, 4 months old. Crazy. But having three older cats who frequent wherever he is, I'm sure, also helps. Because Misa was gone all day too, and then I came home last night and there she was. So she managed to get her way back. I think Link is just doing exactly what I expected him to do. I think I even said, I'm like, Link would probably be the one who just like walks off and disappears, because he's out there exploring. Exactly why I named him Link. My power of foresight. But so that was the start of my day yesterday, and then I get a text from my boss saying, "Oh, you need to leave by 11 o'clock." No, 11:30. So basically, I get to work, and they start working on the tube baler. Apparently I don't know, there's something wrong with the door. Uh, I can't remember what he said, but something's wrong with the door, the shaft of it. Um, and they also want to put a metal plate on the ground, so the metal door, uh, because right now it's on concrete. So when you slide the door, that the wheel just like grinds into that concrete, and there actually is like an indent from where it ground out the concrete. And they're like, yeah, we have to, and that kind of off balances the door. So he said something about putting a metal plate in front of the door or something, so that way when you slide the door out, it doesn't grind up the concrete. Because that does mess up the door. And so he's like, the guy's name is Lyle. He's one of the higher ups, and mostly down there. And he's like, yeah, we got the maintenance lock over there, so can't use it right now. You don't have to worry about using it for a while. He said all the tubes that are down here, I'm just probably gonna, you know, trash, like dump them, or bring them some of them somewhere else and dump the rest. Or he's like, but either way, you don't have to worry about doing any of them. And then he said something about the main baler. He's like, yeah, they're supposed to be coming down today, I think, but they may not. And I'm like, well, we the thing's been broken for 2 years, and the only real way to fix it is to get a new part. But I'm like, we just kind of do with what we have, work with what we have. But yeah. And then it was off to my friend's house because my nephew graduated. Uh, Finally, the day came, the day me and my friend were dreading. Graduated. Uh, but last week she was like, "Oh yeah, he's graduating, and it's next Friday, and if there's an extra ticket, then you'll be able to go." And then she texted me and was like, he requested your presence, so he made sure you had a ticket. And I'm like, oh, No. It's like, John, I want to see how long you can do that. Uh, but he wanted me to be there, and then after the whole thing didn't take very long. Unlike my brothers, this one took like we got there at like 7, or it started at 7, and then like maybe an hour and a half. My brothers took like fucking 3 4 hours, it seems. And at least it was cool outside yesterday or last night. We were in a gymnasium for his, and it was hot because it was Texas. And despite the fact that there should have been like AC on, we're all freaking, you know, as dressed up as possible. I didn't care for dressing. I mean, I wore jeans and like I think a like long dressy looking shirt, but it wasn't like a dress shirt. But it was hot. I'm like cramped between all these people. That class had a lot of people graduating. You know, so it was this class because it's a small town. This particular high school, it was like 120 something like that. So it went by quickly. And then we were all taking pictures, and everyone else's, and then he wanted me to get in a picture with him, which it's on my Instagram if you're interested. You get to see at my actual body, and you can see that when I say I'm not fat, that I'm telling the truth. I'm not fat. I'm a big guy, but I'm not fat. But also I've got like my Jesus hair going on. Uh, but yeah, he graduated. Then we went back to Grandma and Grandpa's house and had some cake and ice cream. And then I went to Wendy's and got a Baconator and a Frosty, which those are the best Frosties. I don't care what anyone says. Wendy's Frosties, so good. But yeah, so my week really wasn't that interesting. I mean, same stuff with June. Although she was using the wrong bathroom. And then she's like, I use this bathroom. I'm like, yes, June, this is your bathroom. You are the only one that uses this one. All right. Thank you for letting me know. But let's see. Let me think of anything else that happened this week. Um, well, my work area looks a little better. That like there was just oh yeah, the other day with the lint, because I had said while a few times about the lint when I do the lint, how like it keeps bursting out of the baler or the bale when I uh open the door and try to tie it up. Well, now the other day I did about 5 bales, and each bale had about 10 to 15. So do the math. So minimum, there's 5 bales, there's 10 bags, that's 50 bags. And remember, they're about the size of my bed, actually, about as long. Actually, maybe a little shorter, maybe only like this much shorter. But so I did minimum of 50, which is a lot. And then I think it was actually more than 10. Each one did have more than 10. It would probably be between 12 to 15. So 15, that's 75. 75 bags. And by the time I was done, there were still 20 bags left. So there was almost 100 freaking bags of that crap down there. And we had to make smaller bales because that's the only way to make it fit. Because I had Lyle and Kevin was down there, and they were kind of helping see what was wrong with it. And they found that, yeah, he's not crazy. There is something wrong with the baler, and there is something wrong with the lint itself. Because if I went to my boss, she would just, oh, you're doing it wrong. I told you to do it this way. It's like, I did. I did exactly how you said, plus more, and it still happened. So from now on, it looks like I just have to make extremely small bales rather than the 30, 40 bag ones that I normally do. But they finally got the universal boxes out of the way, which is really great. They've got those in that middle room now. They cleared out all this area just for those. So at least I hopefully don't have to worry about those damn boxes being brought down. Because there's like 3, 4 piles down there, and it just takes up so much room. It just takes up so much room. It's so stupid. But they finally got that crap out of the way. So, yeah. So I don't know what's going to happen with the main baler. I would assume if they didn't fix it on Friday, yesterday, that they would fix it on Monday. And I assume that they would get it done before I got to work. Because if it was an all day thing, I would expect them to have enough common decency and common sense to say, hey, John, yeah, the maintenance guys are going to be down there on Monday, and they're going to be down there most of the day, so you don't have to worry about coming in. Because I can't do the two baler. The two baler is not going to be working for a while. And if I don't have the main baler, what am I going to go in for? There's nothing for me to go in for. Even if I was to go around and collect whatever, it takes like 15 minutes to collect carpet and luchador and all that. What would I go in for? So, but that we know the fact. I know the factory. That's not going to be the case. She would make me come in just to collect crap. Like, well, you just got to keep walking around, keep yourself occupied, go around and collect and blah blah blah. If you see it, collect it. It's like, yeah, because I love treating this factory like it's a speedway, a racetrack where I can just keep going around and around and around. Even though I just passed by like a minute before, I just love going around to the same places just to see if there's just like anything there still or anything yet. I just love it. I love wasting my time like that. Perfect day. I mean, that part of the factory is cooler. I mean, so I wouldn't mind being in the coolness because my area is blazing hot. Like freaking 100 something degrees down there. Like, I fill this entire thing with ice. Like, there'll be this much water. Everything else is ice. And they're fairly decent sized cubes. And within an hour, all melted. All melted. When I can do that right before I leave, fill this up before I leave, and it can sit in a hot car for about 30 minutes, and then I can bring it home, and it's not that cool in my room. Uh, and it lasts all day. Like, I go to like 8 o'clock at night, and there's still freaking ice in this. And yet, down where I work, it's gone like 30 minutes an hour. So, it's freaking hot. And all I have is a fan down there. All the machines have got the pipes with the air blasting, the Arctic blasting of air. And I get a fan. I get a fan. Because, you know, why give the AC stuff to, the person who's actually working? All these other people with the machines are just kind of watching the machines most of the time. But, person who's doing actual manual labor, yeah, they get a fan. They'll survive until they don't. And then they'll think, oh, you should have stayed hydrated. It's uh, like I take a drink from this every time I crush if I'm bailing and once it goes down, I stop the bail and I take a drink. So, I guess you should have stayed hydrated. Are you sure about that? I'm pretty sure I'm staying hydrated. But at least I got a frosty last night. At least I got a frosty. Yeah, it was 10 o'clock at night, but I don't care. The cake I had, it was like 9 o'clock or so, and up until that point, I hadn't eaten since Thursday in like the afternoon. Yeah, the afternoon. Thursdays, yeah, I really didn't get to eat anything because what did I have? Did I have anything in the morning? I don't think I had anything in the morning. And then I went to take care of June, but we had a guy there. He was fixing the sink, and he was there like the entire time. So I think I had some crackers or something, and that was it. And then from like 1 o'clock or so or whatever to last night at 9, really didn't eat anything. So, but John, you're fat. You eat all the time. No, I don't. Again, also, not really fat. I'm a big guy. I'm not fat. So, but yeah, long week. tired, hungry. Even now, like, I'm really hungry right now, but I don't want to eat. I don't want to eat. Just don't want to. You're not my real dad. You can't tell me what to do. It's like, John, it's not good to not eat. It's like, I'm pretty sure I can miss a few meals. I'm pretty sure missing a few meals isn't going to do anything. Well, as long as you stay hydrated, I don't think it's a concern. You don't have to worry about that. On hot days, I drink like it's going out of style. Which one day it probably will be. I mean, they're going to try to create humans to where they don't need to eat or drink or have any kind of bodily functions. Imagine never having to take a crap again. Honestly, that sounds like it would be paradise. I mean, there's nothing worse than waking up in the middle of the night and having to take a crap. You know, you're in that dream and you're having a good time in that dream, and then you get in your stomach and you're like, oh, I'm about to crap myself. And then you're in the bathroom and you're like, you have the lights off because you just want to go back to sleep. Yeah. Imagine never having to crap again. That one I can, the eating and the drinking, yeah, but imagine never having to take a crap again. That'd be great. It'd be huge. It'd be the greatest thing in the world. I know I would love it, and I know all the people around the world would love it. Like, wow, John, that was a great impression. What impression? All I did was the little hand gestures that he does. Which means you don't have to have a spot-on impression for people to know who you're portraying. Um, anyway, yeah. 17 minutes. I'm done. I'll see you guys later. Bye.